HuniePop's long-awaited sequel was released this month, and I've been thinking a lot about that time period when the first HuniePop was released. If you don't know what HuniePop is an indie-developed dating sim where you solve puzzles while taking girls out on dates, and most importantly, try to get laid. That sounds like a terrible idea for a game, but for me, HuniePop is a very special game. If you're confused on what this game has to do with the title of this video, sit back and relax as I explain how Lost Pause anime and I are all connected. So to begin unwinding this long tale, we need to go back to that time period I was talking about earlier. We need to go back to 2015. Also, everything from this point onwards will be told with a combination of anecdotal accounts and research. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. When you start talking about your memories, especially hazy memories, the details might not be 100%, but they should suffice enough to tell a story. My story. Let's get into it. It's January 19th, 2015, and my life is about to take one hell of a turn. I would like to remind everyone what the anime community was like back then. Raise your hand if you've ever heard of Attack on Titan. Of course you have. Attack on Titan Season 1 first aired in 2013 and was incredibly popular. YouTubers uploaded memes, clips from the show, and the iconic music to YouTube. Let's do it again with another popular show. I'm sure you've heard of it. SAO, Sword Art Online. SAO came out a year before AOT, and holy shit was it popular. SAO's openings and endings became popular songs, and SAO was used in almost every AMV at the time. Make sure to remember AMVs, we'll come back to that later. What I'm trying to say is that thanks to popular anime during the years 2011 and 2014, anime changed from being something you kept in the closet to something that people would talk about publicly. I placed a self-induced taboo around anime at the time because I didn't like watching shows in other languages. I thought I was too good for anime, I thought anime was childish, I thought I was special because I didn't watch cartoons from Japan. However, the winds were changing. I couldn't keep my nose stuck up forever. Truth be told, I was just a normie who spent most of his time watching Minecraft YouTubers, Markiplier, and Jacksepticeye. You see, on January 19th, 2015, a new game called HuniePop just came out, and it was about to make large waves on YouTube.
Top of the morning to you laddies, my name is Jacksepticeye and welcome to HuniePop, a game that people have demanded across the cosmos, across the mountains. They've been up on the rooftop saying, "Hey Jack, play HuniePop for fuck's sake!" So I'm finally playing it. It's been out for a while. I kinda put it off because, I mean, look at it. I don't know what to expect from this. I actually don't know what the gameplay is. I kinda know that it's gonna be a bit provocative, so if you're sensitive to these issues, I'd say there's the door. It's over there. You might wanna leave now.
Jack had about 3 episodes of HuniePop when I first started watching the series, and I realized Jack's humor paired really well with the game's humor. The problem with only having 3 episodes, though, was that when I was caught up on the videos, I was essentially waiting on Jack to give me more. Insert another YouTuber who had uploaded twice the amount of episodes than Jack. Lost Pause. Yep, Noble's playthrough of HuniePop was recommended to me by YouTube. From what I could tell from the titles and thumbnails, Noble was much further in the game than Jack was, so I decided to give Lost Pause a chance and started the playlist on episode 1 of HuniePop. Noble's channel was much smaller back then, and I figured that if I didn't like him, I could always return to Jack's videos. I made a separate video about Lost Pause's rise to fame, so if you don't know who he is and have enjoyed this video so far, I recommend giving that one a watch as well. Thanks to HuniePop, Noble became one of my favorite YouTubers. Noble's playthrough of HuniePop changed a lot of my views on things, most notably the idea that dating sims were boring and that nothing exciting happens in them, but that's not true. HuniePop is famously self-aware about what kind of game it is, and Noble and Jack both made really entertaining videos. However, HuniePop wasn't the only game I was watching. Noble's channel featured a plethora of anime-style games, and so I binged as many series as I could. The Sakura series, by Winged Cloud, had a similar charm to HuniePop by giving the player what they wanted. Cute anime girls doing really lewd anime things in the simplest of concepts. But it was also a way for me to learn about the culture behind anime. Princess Evangel and the Neptunia games were also really special because I got really invested in the characters and story of the game. I could go on and on about each and every game I watched on Noble's channel, but that's basically how I started watching anime-themed YouTube videos without watching anime myself. So the most obvious question was, how did I start watching anime? Noble was teaching me a lot of secondhand anime knowledge, and as the year went on, I was learning more and more. I was able to remember titles of shows Noble would often make fun of, like High School DxD and SAO. While it's true I knew about some anime, I still didn't like the idea of doing all the extra steps and loopholes to watch them for free. I especially didn't like the idea of leaving YouTube and trusting some random website, so it was only a matter of time until I found a new addiction. Yep, this is where AMVs come into the picture. In 2015, I got really into AMVs and Nightcore. I mean, you might as well listen to that Maroon 5 song you like so much. Obviously, this didn't occur overnight. Everyone can vouch for me and say that watching music videos on YouTube can sometimes take you down a slippery spiral. There was this one video. It's on screen. I clicked it because of the cute anime characters, but what you'll notice immediately is that the song isn't in English. That didn't matter to me. Anime Liberia became one of my favorite videos on YouTube because it was fast and upbeat. Nightcore Reality and Anime Unity were my go-to place to watch AMVs and stuff. Thanks to all of them, I became more open to the idea of watching anime even though I didn't know Japanese. Do you know what else was a good way to find anime I never heard of? As I said before, the anime community often made Vine compilations and Funny Moments compilations for their favorite shows. These channels exist even today, and there's something to be said about a short clip falling under fair use, but that's not the topic today. My point is how these ecchi anime clips were lewd and eye-catching. Some people would even take the risk of uploading currently airing anime to YouTube, and that's how I first came across Date Alive. By the way, Date Alive is a harem rom-com about cute girls that have superpowers, and Shido uses his Chad power to stop them from destroying the world. Anyway, some mad lad uploaded the first episode of Date Alive Season 1 to YouTube, and I watched it because I thought Toka Yaragami was cute. Obviously, it was 22 minutes long and had English subtitles. I was really interested in the story and characters, so I asked Google to tell me where I could watch it for free. Of all things, Date Alive was the first anime that I wanted to watch as a teenager. The butterfly effect is an amazing thing. Sometimes it affects us in small ways or in big ways. I can say for sure that getting to know Noble and the games he liked to play influenced me to join the anime fandom. I didn't start documenting my anime list until December of 2015, so most of this is from the top of my head. I wanted to talk about the first 10 anime I watched. As I mentioned before, Date Alive was the anime that got me into anime. The anime I sought out next were anime that Noble talked about a lot. After Date Alive, I watched Sword Art Online. Then I watched High School DxD because it's an ecchi anime. This might come as a surprise, but the fourth anime I watched was The Melancholy of Harui Suzumiya. People told me it was one of those really good classic anime, and I agree. The Disappearance of Harui is one of the best anime movies of all time. Fifth was Absolute Duo, and I really liked it at the start, but it was mostly just okay, and it's aged badly too. Sixth was the classic anime Angel Beats. Every character in Angel Beats has a sad backstory and are super relatable. It should always be remembered as a classic, and the music is great. After bawling my eyes out, I watched Baka to Test. Baka to Test was a comedy and was famous for having a character that looked like a trap. Besides that, the girls are really fucking cute and the comedy elements were good. As you can tell, I have fond memories of that one. Black Bullet was a good 6.5 out of 10. I don't even remember the plot, but I remember the MC was a Chad and there were a lot of lollies. YouTube introduced me to Danganronpa the animation, and I liked it. I knew the games existed, but I was hesitant to throw my eggs into that basket. The last anime I want to mention is Little Busters. Little Busters is where I fell in love with key anime adaptations. I thought it was okay at the start, but seasons 2 and 3 were amazing. However, the ending is really complicated, and you either think it's a stupid ending or it's a really genius ending. And that makes all 10 of the anime that I started out with. In the anime community, you'll often come across stories about this thing called gateway anime. The concept is anime that are simple enough for normal people to get invested and watch more. Let me know which anime you started out with in the comments down below. I just think it's funny that Date A Live was my gateway anime. I don't regret becoming an anime fan. Anime culture has grown exponentially over the last decade and has almost intermingled with every corner of the internet. It was only a matter of time, and I want to thank Lost Pause for speeding that along. You and your videos had a massive impact on my adolescence. I'd also like to give a big thank you to everyone who watched this entire video and stuck around. These scripted videos take a lot of time and dedication to make, so please consider hitting the like button if you enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a comment and subscribe to get notified whenever I upload. With that being said, I'll see all you guys next time.
Life beyond the shore, just out of reach. Yet the waters ever change, flowing